I'm going to ask you a hypothetical question, and I want you to answer honestly. If you were an attorney and you were told that your client has no money to pay you, and you were told that even if you worked on their case for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and won, there was no guarantee that you would get paid, would you take on that client? And let me ask you a follow-up question. If you had a choice as an attorney between that client in that situation and a client over here who is wealthy, who is willing and able to pay your retainer and hourlies, and will pay you whether you win or lose that case, which client do you think you would rather go with, who you would take on? Most likely this one over here. And I bring up this hypothetical scenario because it's a very real potential dilemma that buyers agents are going to face as we continue to see this fight against their commission being paid by the seller. Because ever since that ruling came out against the NAR, National Association of Realtors in Missouri, we're seeing these cases pop up across the country. Texas has now joined in the fight, and there are rumblings that California sellers too might do the same thing here. And the problem with this is the system was designed specifically to relieve buyers of the burden of having to pay their own agents' commissions for this exact reason, so that they wouldn't receive worse treatment, or they would receive the same preferential treatment as a wealthy buyer, because it didn't matter whether they paid up front, whether they had the money. It didn't matter because the seller paid the listing agent's commission, and the listing agent then shared a portion of that with the buyer's agent's commission. So I know a lot of you may not like realtors, but it's the system that has worked and helped for a lot of buyers who simply do not have the money to compete at that level. Now, because that clearly is a system that is under attack right now, the recommendation that I have for buyers out there who want to receive the treatment that they know they deserve and don't want to be compared and potentially passed up for buyers with money, my recommendation is to be prepared, willing, or able to pay your own buyer's agent's commission.